Namaste, beautiful souls. Welcome to the Blooming Lotus Healing Channel. My name is Jikara, and I'm a spiritual healing facilitator. And as y'all know, I come every Thursday and I bring some really amazing people to talk about different aspects of healing or different practices. And today is a very special day because I am bringing one of the people that changed my life personally. And I can't wait to share her with y'all. And I'm so grateful. This is quite literally a dream come true for me. I've been meaning to bring her over here and celebrate her. I feel that it's important for us to celebrate our teachers, celebrate those who teach us the way, who teach us a different way, a different path. And so today she's going to be talking about how we can heal with our ancestors. So she is the mother, the curatrix of a system that helps you connect with your ancestors and helps you heal energies with your, any loyalties or energies with your ancestors. So, but before we bring her in, I just kind of wanted to make some announcements. I want to take a moment to drop into gratitude for those of you who are part of the Cosmic Light Activation Group. Thank you so much. You are the backbone of this channel. If you want to join this group for just to continue supporting this channel, I want to invite you to go into my website, thebloominglotushealing.com, and sign up for my email list. And so that way you know when I open the group next. And what are some of the benefits from the group is that we have a private Telegram channel. I share some weekly guidance, some oracle guidance, and I also do a collective clearing every month around the new moon for the group. So I definitely would love for you to join. Make sure you share and like this video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to this channel. And and I just want to take a moment just to bring in my beautiful, wonderful teacher into the space, Maria. Hello, Maria. Welcome.
Hello, Jikara. Thank you so much for having me here. Really, it's an honor.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so grateful to have you. And I just kind of wanted to take a moment just to celebrate you and to just share my love for you. I don't think words are enough to describe how much you have impacted my life with what you teach, and the fact that you're coming in here, into the channel. I want to share this with my clients, with those who are coming here and connecting to this channel for the intention of opening their hearts and expanding their knowledge and expanding their awareness of what's happening within us and within and without, right? And so I kind of wanted to take a moment to ask you about you because a lot of people might not know you. So tell us a little bit about you and how do you get to enter into this world of healing the family tree?
Well, thank you again for having me here, Jikara. It's really a pleasure to be here and talk to you about my journey. I started like really like at 20 years ago. I needed some resolution for my own family. And I started doing constellations, a lot of constellations. And then I went up to the path of SRT, and I started having SRT classes, and I got training. But I cleared a lot of stuff from my family myself through the spiritual response therapy. And then I become teacher, consultant, and so on. But I felt was something there still that I needed to complement the work, that beautiful work that we do with SRT. So I start going back to the constellations and then taking classes about transgenerational systems, psychogenealogy, and so on. And then just was organically how this, from my own experience, my experience with my family, experience with myself, with my clients, that the class just come up, okay? And then I decide to share this with everybody. I decide, I think the one of the intention of this moment is to empower people about their own healing. And then I decide, let's put this together and share with everybody. So that's kind of how I start my journey, like I said, more than 20 years ago, looking for resolutions in my relationship with my own family.
Wow, that's incredible. And and it's so beautiful because this is very personal, right? The fact that you went through this process of finding solutions for your family and for yourself, and and it's just so beautiful how spirit guides us right into the medicine that we're meant to share with others. It really does come through our own experiences a lot of times, and it's just so beautiful to hear that in that process of leaning into all these different modalities, that you were able to expand even more, like kind of like create even more healing with this modality that you've created. And so I kind of wanted to ask you about this modality that you are teaching, which is the opening of the family tree. And I know that it's a dowsing system, and I practiced it. When you first started teaching it through the SRA, I took the class. I knew that I had to take it, and I've been working with my ancestors, and then also I've been holding space with for others with this modality, which has been beautiful. And I know that you've been expanding into it, which I know I'm excited to jump into that expansion that you're in. And tell us a little bit about what this system is and how does it work with healing the ancestors.
Okay, so there are many the modalities, of course, in the transgenerational system. It's big. It's a lot of information, a lot of modalities. And then when I went to that path about my own experience, one of the classes I took was psychogenealogy. And then if somebody knows here what psychogenology is a modality where you use the actual data of your family tree of your ancestors and do your own tree. So you need to have the data. You need to draw the family tree, all the ancestors and everything, including the data like birthday or death date. And then the facilitator see the way that you put it in front of you, and then they start facilitating, meaning starting telling you what are the connections that you have with some ancestor or not, and the loyalty that you have with them, and that you've realized, oh, I'm repeating the same thing, and having the same situation, and having the same problem, the same conflict. When I did that, for me, it was really easy to go to the mother side because, I know all my ancestors for my mother's side. But when I went to work on my father's side, I was stuck. I didn't have any data from my biological father, okay? So I talked with the facilitator, and he told me, well, that's an information as well. When you don't have information, that's an information as well. And then I tried to work with that, but something couldn't go deep. And
Mm.
then I heard, like a voice told me, my high self, Maria, you can dowse. You can use the information dowsing. And that what comes to me. So I put it together and I started looking for those loyalty from my father's side, even though I didn't have any information about them. No data, no names, nothing. And it was open a whole world because I start knowing them through that information that I receive. Now, how can I receive that information? Through the morphogenetic field, because the family as a system is surrounded by this morphogenetic field that have all the information about your family. And your family is in your body. So if you can read that, you can get all this suffering, blocking situation that affecting your life here and now. And that's how we do. I create some charts, and then you need to connect with your ancestor, ask permission to go to open the family tree, and just let your inner guidance, high self, spirit, whatever you wanted to call it, your intuition, whatever it is that is really inside of you and telling you the information. So you go through that and find out everything that you need to release those false loyalties that are blocking your life. And then that's more or less how the work is. And then you do the clearing after that, and it's amazing the result almost immediately. Releasing charge, releasing energy, releasing conflicts, and your life start. Your the most important thing is that you start going to the center. You're going to the present, because at the end of the day, what we are clearing are content. Okay, we are clearing the context, and when you are clearing the context, you are not trapped on anything from the past. So you are more present in your life and be able to make decisions based on the present time and not as a ghost from the past.
That's so incredible. And and I have to say, it's been really beautiful to connect to my ancestors through this modality, because like you said, for me it's been a very similar experience where I didn't I I was kind of more aware of my mother's side, but not so much of my father's side. When you're dealing with divorce and things of that nature, and then maybe like there's exclusion of family members. There's so many things that can be happening where we don't have that awareness in our consciousness, in our conscious mind, in the forefront, right? We don't have that awareness of all these different loyalties that are playing on the background, because we didn't have that conscious connection with with that side of the family, let's just say. So this has been such a beautiful way to really help. And recently I was talking to someone who happens to be she happens to be someone who was adopted. And then, even what I love about this modality is that you don't even have to, right? No, they don't even have to know them, right? Like that, just by having this modality and using the system that you created, you can really tap into that energy and go into that. I kind of wanted to ask you a question with that too, now that I have you here. So for someone who, for example, who's in this situation where they've entered a family, right? They've entered a family through adoption, but they also have that other energetic connection to the biological family. How does that work for someone like that? Is that something that they need to do separately? They need to address one and the other separately?
Yes. First of all, you work with the biological family. So you open the family tree for the mother and father side, get all the loyalty that you have with that. After you do that, then you ask if you need to open family tree for the adopted family. Because even though there is no blood related or no blood tie there, doesn't mean that you are not getting the conflict. Remember that our soul made all the plans. Okay, so even though you have the connection, even though you have connection with biological parents, and even though you don't live with them because you have been adopted, doesn't mean that you are not getting from the adopted part. So you're getting from the family blood tie connection, but also for the adopted one, because you already made that contract, so to speak, to with them, to be and have the experience in their own family. So you need to ask for both, okay? Sometimes you need to work on both. Sometimes you get, no, don't go to the biological, go to the adopted family. And then depending what you have to clear, because you need to have an intention, really a need of something. What that means, meaning that I have a situation, I have a conflict, I something that is not flowing in my life. So that's the threat that help you to go directly to the loyalty, to the blocks from the ancestors. Then you ask what I need to ask, open the biological or the adopted, and then you will
Mm.
guide them. Sometimes there you have to open both.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And that's one thing that I love about this work, again, because it really is just so helpful. And again, it's expansive, right? It has this essence of expansion, which everything about spirit is about expansion. And so that's the exciting work, is that this work can help everyone with their with their loyalties, with their family tree, whether it is the the adopted and the biological. And I think that's where I was really just blown away by that, right? Like I was just like, wow, this is so amazing. Like you can help just anyone, and anyone can really receive that medicine from that. And so for those who are not familiar, because I know that you mentioned that you pulled from family constellations and psychogenealogy. Can you tell us a little bit about family constellations for those people who don't know what that is and may be confused about that wording?
Yes, family constellation is a modality that was created by Bert Hellinger. And then basically it's like a psychodrama, but bigger. Okay, you there is a facilitator and there is a group of people. Okay, and then each one of those people who are in the group, they're going to play a role, what is important about your family or other members of the family. Might be not only tied to the family, but be other extra or key important cast that was involved in the conflict. So each one of these participants will play play a role, and it will come up alive, okay? And so the facilitator start getting the information. It's very magical because even though you are there conscious about your presence, that you are not related with the person, you don't know the person who is doing the constellation, but you get so engaged, like you start representing a role for the father, for the mother, for the grandparents, for the ancestor, for the generation, whoever generation is coming, and telling you what is going on, what is the suffering, what happened there. So the person who we are being constellate get information and get the healing. So it's not only the information through your conscious, but the energy that is healing that specific moment that the facilitator facilitates in that specific situation. So let's see that one person wanted to work with let's see, abortion that happened. I mean, lose a kid, right? Which is really traumatic for mothers. Even they decide to do it on purpose or not. It doesn't matter. And then you have around 20 people, 15 people around that person, and each one of the people start playing a role. Why this person had that miscarriage? So maybe the grandfather has a miscarriage. Maybe the other, I don't know, great-great-grandmother couldn't have enough resources to feed the kids. So she right now, in this moment, 4, 5 generation back forward, decide to be loyal to it. Okay, and then have the miscarriage because it's like it's a complete unconscious information. Okay, so that person has been loyal to that ancestors because the ancestors suffering so much to feed the kids that she, for generation back, for example, decide not to have any kids. So it's like a compensation of the suffering. Now, back to the constellation. So this person is constellating her own issue, and the other members are constellating their own thing, even though it's not connected. It's magical. It's a group of healing, beautiful work. And you don't have to have the information either. It will come to you, okay? That's the way that constellation works. It's very, very popular. And when I took the classes, I took classes and I do my own constellation like 20 years ago. I solved a situation particular that I have with my house in that moment. And then something really, I felt it. I felt my grandmother. I felt my cousins. I felt my uncle in the family were, in the group of participants in that moment. So I really encourage everybody, just to have experience, because you can discover a lot of things about your own ancestor. And something else I wanted to mention is that Bert Hellinger um, explained that the family is based on orders, okay? Orders of love. So the first order is right to belong. Everybody in the family, living or dead, have the right to belong. So it doesn't matter if the person is not present physically, we have to give a place in the family. The second order is compensation, meaning the next generation compensate all the suffering from the generation before. So we always we come here practically with a contract with our ancestors to compensate the work, okay? I mean the conflict. In other words, I can, by lacking or by excess, if an ancestor have a kid and couldn't feed it, I either have many kids or I don't have kids at all. There is no balance. There is unbalance there, okay? And the third order is whatever ancestor has been longer, take priority. What that means, the ancestor have priority over us. As we, as ancestors in the future, have priority over our kids and grandkids, okay? So everything, all this order needs to be applied in the family tree, because family tree has a conscious and a soul, okay? And even though you are not conscious about that, the family wanted to preserve the life or that tree. And in order to preserve the life of that tree, this three order needs to be applied. So again, sense of belonging, compensation, and the ancestor always have priority over us.
Wow, that's incredible. And and when we think about it, there is so much complexity, right, in the relationship with our ancestors. It really is, when we try to even comprehend how we're playing a role in those contracts, right? And sometimes it's like wow, like am I, it kind of adds an additional layer, right, to the to everything else that we have, that we have going on too at the soul level, right? So it's like that layer, it's almost like that cloak that we
Yes.
put on to be here on earth, and it's almost like that ancestral cloak that we wear, and then we play out in the tree. It's fascinating to me. And so I kind of wanted to just, there's some questions that are coming here from the audience, and I just kind of wanted to bring it forth here. So Peggy was asking if, for she wants to take the next class, and she wants to know if there's still room for the one for the level 1.
Yes, I have a few spots open. The class will be the 15 and the 16, so I still have a few spots open if the person is interested. And the first level, this is good. I wanted to take advantage and explain that in the level 1, you work with a generation only. Okay, so you open the family tree for the mother and father side, and then you work up to a generation. Okay, in the class number 2, level 2, we work from the generation 9 to 20. Okay, so because we can have we can hold loyalties with the generation 9, generation 20. It's unbelievable, right? Even though you have no idea what those people were, we still have loyalty with them. So there is 2 levels: first a generation level 1, and then up to 20 generation and level 2.
So there we go. So now and if you want to join Peggy, you can go over to her website here, arcana12.com. Or if you want to connect with her, you could also go into her Instagram, opening underscore the family opening underscore the underscore family underscore tree. So it's up here. So if you're interested in taking that class, that first level, then you definitely want to make sure that you sign up. It's coming up in July, on July 15th and 16th. And then so that way you can move into hopefully you can move into the November one and take the advanced one too when it comes up. Okay. And then she's saying that she's going to sign up. Okay, good. I'm so glad. Okay, and then we have some other questions here in regards to what are the most common themes to clear from ancestors or ancestries?
You can clear everything. What you really, is depending what your intention is. What we look in the family tree is loyalties. Okay, what loyalty is? Loyalty is the urge we have inside unconscious to repeat things, repeat conflict for our ancestors, suffering. Why? As because I said before, there is one of the order is to compensate what they suffer in the past, because that's the only way to preserve the family tree, right? So you basically what you do is clear on your family on earth, right? To get the loyalties, toxic loyalties, meaning the desire to repeat the same thing that your ancestor had before. Okay, it's not like the ancestors are there as a punishment. No, they are there to help you. They want you to live better life. They want you to move forward in your life. But because the conscious of this family tree is like that, it's a role. That's the way that works. Then the next generation wanted to compensate, and it's like you internally wanted to tell them, don't worry, I know you suffer, I'm going to suffer with you so you don't feel alone, right? It doesn't make any sense, but unconscious is kind of like that. So you repeat the same thing either from lack, meaning don't have anything, or excess, have too much of things. As I said before, kids having too much or don't having anything. So this is very important also to say that the the way to open the family tree, as you repeat before, is to have an intention, is to have a conflict. Because if, if you don't have conflict, there is no meaning to open the family tree. Why you are going to open it, right? It's a conflict, something that you have in the present time that is doesn't help you to move forward in life. Okay, conflict is completely subjective. Okay, I can have, for example, I cannot have any kids, and for me it's okay. There is no conflict there. But somebody else have no kids, and they get a big conflict because they want to they want to have clear any blocks to having kids. So it's very subjective. It's not something that is objective. It's very subjective. Conflicts are something that you cannot resolve. Conflict is something that you don't look for the solution. You feel completely stuck. When you find the solution, there is no conflict at all. You move on and you adapt to the new situation. Make sense?
All right, Cece. So I hope that helps you understand a little bit about what this modality does and how it works. And she also had this other question that I thought it was really interesting. So she wants to know, does the clearing clear for all people in the family tree when you do the clearing, or how does that work? So I guess she wants to know if it's for everyone or just for that one person.
Yeah, it's a great question. Actually, when you clear one person, the other people in the family get help. Okay. Sometimes we have to work. No, sometimes no. It's good to have work individually, but when you do a clearing for yourself, then people who were attached to the same loyalties get the benefit. Okay, sometimes 100% the problem is solved. Sometimes 50%, meaning the person needs to do their own opening because there's some specific personal situation to solve, link it to the main loyalty. Okay, so yes, people get benefit, the family gets really light energy, the relationships improve, secret comes to you, secret that have been there forever, then suddenly somebody telling you, you know what happened in the family so and so, and you get information. It's unbelievable the movement that regenerate in the family tree after only one clearing.
Mm, yeah, and then I've been working with this, and for me, it's been a process personally where I take my time because sometimes it could be quite heavy to go through certain things. So, but I have noticed that, for example, my relationship with my own mother has improved just by doing these clearings for myself, and I've seen how also my even my relationship with my ancestors who passed away, for example my father who passed away, that also has gotten better even though he's not alive, right? But it's like that feeling, right, of the connection to him has improved as a result of this work. So, and I'm continuing to do that work because it's it takes time, right? And so Erica's having a is asking a question about her daughters. So she's asking her ex husband's dad and her had a bond, and she wants to clear things that will affect her daughters because she wouldn't want her daughters to repeat their dad's family issues. Is that something that can be done?
Yes. When you open the family tree and your kids are involved with that, they will show up. So you are going to find out, okay, I need to work with that. First, you work on yourself. You work on your conflict, to your situation, your needs, okay? And then you will find out if your kids are involved in the loyalty. Maybe not. And then if they say yes, then you clear them. Okay. Remember, when you open the family tree, it's not open the family tree in general. You open the family tree for a conflict. Okay. Something is not working there. Not something that I might think is not going to work. No, something in the present. Okay. If, for example, your daughter is repeating already the situation that you see, then of course there is an intention there, and you can open the family tree and you clear it. But you can be surprised that after clearing you or the father, the kid doesn't have to clear anything because they actually get the conflict dissolved. Remember, this is energy. The conflict dissolved, so the kid is not going to repeat the same conflict or the same loyalty because had been already cleared through you. Okay. There is something really important that you mentioned, Jikara, is about the feeling that you feel with your ancestors, and that is because we become uh, uh, more compassionate. Okay, that's the ultimate goal about this: acceptance and be compassion. Okay, because if you accept and no family are perfect, and when we have to go to so specific conflict of a situation, if we have a more open mind and be more present, just say, okay, what I can learn from this, how can I be aware of this? Okay, and then you become compassionate with them, not to, oh my gosh, you I said, you don't feel like there are guiltiness there, because they don't want you to suffer. It's just they acting accordingly with the state of consciousness that they have at that time. Okay, they did what they could, no more than that. So we become more compassion, more patient with them, and at the same time lighter because now I'm aware of it. So back to the question that Erica said here. Yes, you can clear your kids after you clear your own loyalty if they already have the loyalties already placed in the future to be triggered in the future. You will know if you have to do it or not during the session.
Mm. Yeah, so hopefully that helps you, Erica, understand a little bit about this practice. And again, for those of you who want to take the class, I just kind of wanted to take a moment just to remind you that there is, so you don't have to be, this is something I wanted to clarify because I was so excited when Maria told me this, when I first was inviting her and we had a conversation. She was, because when she started teaching this, she was teaching it through the Spiritual Response Association, because as you all know, she's my spiritual response therapy teacher, and so she was offering this modality, and now she's actually opening this to others. So you don't have to be, if you're wondering if you have to be an SRT practitioner, you don't have to be one to actually join her class. So I kind of wanted to open up that subject of conversation for those of you who may be wondering, well, maybe I shouldn't join or maybe I can't join. I want to invite you to, if you're feeling called to this work, and I could not, I will not bring anyone here that I don't feel personally that are in integrity, or that are doing work that is not good, right? And so I can tell you that, Maria will guide you into the space. She will give you so much guidance if you come in with an open heart and you come in with the intention to connect, and you're coming in with that sense of feeling, the openness of feeling empowered. That's what you're going to receive with her. And so, please, if you are interested in taking the class, don't don't feel like you have to be an SRT practitioner or you have to do all this other work. This could be your gateway, right, to this type of work. And then, of course, if you want to expand from there, absolutely. But at least this could be a really beautiful way for you to start doing some beautiful work, with working with your ancestors, and it's just so personal. You get to commune with your ancestors in such a beautiful way, and communicate with them in such a beautiful way, and heal with them. I mean, my gosh, what a better way. I don't see any better way to commune with our ancestors than from a place of opening our hearts and healing together. I mean, that's like the ultimate to me. Yeah, that's just my personal opinion. That's the ultimate experience. So I just kind of wanted to invite y'all to consider, for the level 1 class, and then make sure that you go into her website, if you want to sign up, and then also, if you want to go into her Instagram and follow her there. She has some really beautiful things that she shares there about the family tree, some little nuggets of information. Maybe you want to get more acquainted. This is a place where you can go in and connect further with her as well. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to, I guess, open the conversation to you in regards to, is there something that maybe I haven't asked about the family tree clearing process that maybe you want to share with us, or something that you may want to share that we haven't touched yet on this system and this offer of yours?
Yes, I wanted you to tell that this Dowsing technique or procedure is actually a great complement to other transgenerational systems. If the person does Constellation, I have people who does Constellation and they take the class and they work together, okay? Some people, I receive people that never have any idea about transgenerational system, and this is open up and I start getting classes and I start integrating information. This is an open system because it's completely inclusive. It's not completely exclusive. There is I believe that you cannot find the answer in one modality because everything has to have an holistic approach. Okay, so this is not a modality or a procedure that you need to be completely closed and do this and nothing else. No, at the contrary, it's an integration that helps you to go to details, okay, more detail of what really happened to them, and then develop a compassion with the ancestors and understanding that we are human beings. Okay, we are human beings here, and we make mistakes, and there is no perfect family. What we have, the ultimate purpose of this is that you get your power back, be aware, right, and do the best that you can do in the present moment for your family and for your descendants, ultimately, right? So that's what I wanted to say. It's just inclusive, everything here, and it doesn't have to be specific with attached with any modality. And as you right mentioned before, this class was come up out of the SRT work, but InCell is really independent. That's why I open up for everybody. So if you know how to Dowsing, then you can take the class. If you don't know how to Dowsing, I will teach you 3 or 4 hours class before taking the class, so you will learn how to do Dowsing, you know how to clear your own programs, and you will be ready to take the class and be ready to open your family tree. So everybody can take the class. It's just I need to meet with you before the class to teach you how to work with that, have you have a little bit of experience doing this, and then you will be ready to open your own family tree and do your own clearings. Because at the end of the day, we want you to be independent. You wanted to get your power back, and you will able to do your own clearings and your own path, the spiritual path, and do not depend on anybody to feel that you're improving in life in all aspects.
Oh, that's beautiful. I'm just so excited again because I just feel this is exciting work to me. You know, the fact that we are in a space that we can finally have these conversations openly, right? And talk about how energetically we are interconnected in so many aspects or layers, right? That are part of our existence. And to be able to just really drop into our hearts and really recognize that, see the humanity of our ancestors, right? Because I know personally for me, it took me a while to see that, right? Because there was so much of that, of that victimhood that I was connecting to, and why me and why this and why that. And so kind of this is such beautiful work because it really helps us open our hearts, how you said, into that compassionate place to see the humanity of our ancestors, and to see that they also had their set of challenges and suffering, and to kind of connect to that place of healing and to hold space for ourselves as we hold space for them, I think is such a special thing. It's such a special thing. It really just, as I talk about it, my heart just feels, starts opening up, and just my energy just starts softening. Just thinking about that, and really opening ourselves into that space. And then I know some people here were mentioning, Nicole was mentioning, that she's been, she tries to continue practice patience and compassion, and sometimes it might be difficult for her to do this, for herself. And then, yeah, we have to first start with ourselves, right? And then go from there, and then allow ourselves to expand, that compassion and that love that we practice on ourselves onto those around us, and our ancestors. I wanted to also mention, Maria, because I know that part of the work is some ancestors will ask, right, for certain things. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. So when you do the family tree, right? We open the family tree for mother and father side and get the ancestor involved. You work one by one, actually, one by one. So it's like you're having a conversation. You open the door, right? They come one by one and they start having a conversation with you. And then it's telling you, this is what happened. This is what I suffer. And this is what is and doesn't, have been difficult in my life and so on. So you get all the information, you do the clearing, and at the end, they always wanted to give you something. So they give you gifts, always. Okay? What kind of gift? Gift in form of energy. Okay? They give you love, they give you compassion, they give you healing, freedom, whatever they feel that you need in the moment. So because we work with energy, we download that energy so you can embrace it and can express it consciously in your life. Okay, they usually don't ask for anything. They are there to help you. They are there. They love you. They are there to help you and you move forward, because one of the goal of the ancestor is the preservation of the tree. I have repeated this several times during the conversation. It's the preservation of the tree. And in order to preserve the tree, we need to have more conscious, more healing. Otherwise, the tree can die. Okay,
Mm.
so you get this gift from them, so you can integrate, you can have awareness of those specific energies that you need to work toward, and they get the help so you can express it in the present time and make your life easier. We human beings complicate our life. Really, we complicate our life. We don't see things in a simple way. And life is more simple than we think. And one of the words, or the word that they do clearing of this modality is to clear the belief system, the perception and the judgment that we have in our life, in our past. We're completely trapped in the past. We repeating the same thing over and over from the past, and then we are not the present. And then, of course, we looking for a way of, my gosh, improve my life, right? And we can talk about the past, and we go to the past and rewind the past. That's not the way it is. The way it is to clear that content, integrate the learning, and make your decision in the present time. Lead your present time. It's like a cleaning a house. Just take
Yes.
every junk that you have in the house that doesn't give you any good, and that you will feel better. Correct? It's kind of the same thing. Clear the junk and the wrong information and the content that is in our recipient. This is our recipient. The physical body, the mental body, and the emotional body are recipients. And then what we have too much content there that is blocking your life present. So that's basically what we do. Some people don't need to open the family tree. Some people do not need to do any healing work. I have seen those people. There are not many, but I have seen. What happened with them? What is the difference between us and them? Because what they do is accept the present. They look for a solution and they move forward. They don't get trapped in the
Mm.
past. What happened when I was five? What happened 5 generations back? What happened when I no, they trying to integrate the information organically, naturally, and they make the decision, get rid of the conflicts, and move on. That's what we wanted, basically, with this work.
That's incredible. And I love that you mentioned this about staying present, because it is such an important aspect of our of healing, right? Like to stay present and not, I know that this is something that you've talked about, and for us to clear, which is to, to clear the past and and the future, the future living and and past living, because really the healing happens when we do stay present. And I can truly attest to that. When I go into the past, then there's suffering there, and when I go into the future, then there's suffering there as well. But when I stay present in the moment, I just allow myself to flow. There's this opening, right, that happens within me, that I will not experience when I'm in the other sides, right, in the past or the future. So I think it's so important for us to do that. And yeah, you're right. I mean, I feel that for me personally, even in my own connection with my ancestors, there's been, this belief, right? It's like, oh, because this is from my family. And this was before, even before I even got introduced to this work. Like, I would have this thing about, like, well, this is how my family is, and this is, and then you just kind of get into that mode, and then it becomes it just becomes like its own thing. It creates its own energy. And then you're kind of navigating that. So thank you so much for this modality, and for bringing this forward for us, and for saying yes to spirit, when this was inspired through you to bring this forth for so many of us who need this work. So, um, yeah. So I know that you mentioned that when we spoke, that you wanted to, there was kind of I guess some sort of like either a healing that you wanted to do, or a meditation that you wanted to do. So I kind of wanted to open that conversation and see if we can segue into that.
Yeah, we can do a little bit of meditation now, and then we can open the family tree. We're going to look for a ancestor who can represent your tree. Yeah, it's going to be just one ancestor, and the ancestor, it will be the representative and bring what needs to be clear for the group of people that are here. Okay, and then we can do the clearing. So yeah, we can do the meditation, little meditation, if you allow me.
Yeah, so before we get started, just gonna wanted to invite everyone, if you're watching right now, definitely get yourself comfortable. Find yourself maybe a place where you can be, where you're not bothered, so that you can really drop into the gift that Maria is sharing with us today, which is she's going to be opening the family tree, and have an ancestor represent, for us, for everyone here present. So if you're here right now, or even if you're on the replay, you're here for a reason. So receive. That's my invitation for you to receive. So the floor is yours, Maria.
Thank you, Jikara. Okay, so let's take a moment to be quiet and put your feet on the ground, very important. And trying to have your back straight but relax, and just close your eyes. And take a deep breath in, releasing the air, and allow yourself to be here in this moment in your body. Feel the vibration or tingling in this different part of your body, mostly hands or feet. Drop your shoulders and just relax. And take another deep breath in, releasing the air, feeling more and more relaxed. Put your attention on your heartbeat and just let it go. Again, take another deep breath in, releasing the air and feeling more and more relaxed. Now, I want you to be aware of your family tree on your back. If you cannot see it, just let whatever sensation comes to your body or feelings. Your ancestors are all there on your back. Your ancestors from the mother's side are on your left side on the back. And your ancestors from the father's side are on your right side on the back. Just trying to feel their presence on your back. And then slowly turn around and see them. At the same time, you will see a big tree in front of you. You can see the detail. You can walk around actually and go through your ancestors and around the tree. See any details on that tree. The trunk, the branches, roots, leaves. You can even notice flowers and fruit. See your ancestors, their faces, their shape. Sometimes they come in a form of energy or colors. Sometimes they don't present themselves as a human form. Just keep walking around, seeing or feel them. And then I want you to go back to your initial position in front of all of them, including your tree. And then this moment, I want you to think about something you wanted to solve, a situation, a challenge, a goal, something that you wanted to be manifested, anything. Doesn't matter how small or big it is. That I just want you to pick one. You might have many ideas in your head right now, but I want you to pick just one situation. And with the idea in your head, I want you to turn around, giving your back to your tree and your ancestors. And you're going to repeat the following statement. Thank you, all my ancestors, for being here. You all are important in my life. I see you and honor each one of you. Please, I ask you to help me, to release any loyalties that are blocking my intention. Please help me to release all the loyalties I have toward you that are blocking my intention. Thank you for your help. Now I want you to take a deep breath in, releasing the air, and repeating the following statement. You all represent the past, and I am represent the present time. This is my time, here and now. Yes, please, thank you. Breathe in and breathe out slowly. And when you are ready, you can open your eyes. So I'm going to ask what percentage, in general, of course, the intention was released only with the meditation. 90%. So this is this is one way we approach this. We do the meditation, release anything that comes to us, is because when you are your eyes closed and you are connected with the energy, you connect directly within. And in this case, 90% of the block had been released. This is one side. Now we are going to go to the another side, which is the actual work, to eliminate the rest of the energies, okay? Okay, so I'm going to ask, first of all, we ask the permission. So we ask the ancestral respectfully to ask the permission and humbly, asking the permission to them to open up the family tree for the mother and father side to each one of the participants here today to resolve, to clear up, to open up, to manifest that intention that you have said before. We know that everything is in loving and perfect order. And if the permission is not granted, we will respect and ask them another time. Okay, it's granted. Then I'm going to ask what we need to go. And it's coming from the first 4 generations. So mother and father side, they say father side, and the representative of the family is a male and is a great grandfather. Okay, because usually we don't have the names, and even though we have the name, we use numbers. So in this case, the number 5, the ancestor number 5 of the father side, will bring all the loyalties, all the blocks, all the interferences that are there that blocking your intention, okay? So we are asked, what are the loyalty areas that are compromised, okay? So the compromise is home, everything at the home area, basically that is. Intimacy, connection, intimacy with the family members, home in self, harmony in the home in self, natal country. Some of you probably have the ancestors coming from another country that no is the one that you're living in. Something else? That's it. Okay. So, in the next thing that we are going to find out the entanglement, conflicts, and injustice. Okay. Separation. Separation can be divorce or separation between family members that have caused what we call the transgenerational wound. The transgenerational wound is made out of the emptiness because when there's some separation, there is some emptiness in the family tree and what has not been filled. And that transgenerational wound happen, passed through generations. Okay? And then some people can feel there is emptiness in themselves that they know why. I have everything in life, why I feel empty. Something is missing, okay? Or even though they are surrendered with people, they still the emptiness in themselves, okay? Because it's a transgenerational clear healing. They say that have mostly connected with different language, dual nationality, multiple nationality. People have been go through another country and do not get the connection, lost the connection between in this displacement, okay? There is something really important here, which is they call the secret, the shameful secret. Shameful secret is also called phantom. Is when the secret had never disclosed. So the person who died with a secret, and that energy is so dark that cover all the next generations. So we might not never, we never will know what the secret is, of course, but we are going to release that heaviness. That's it. And then I'm going to find out when you decide to take that loyalty. When do you decide to be loyal to that ancestor? Conception day. And then here we have if they set other kinds of characters. So if other people come in the family, they will benefit out of this clearing as well. Okay. Descendants, siblings. That's it. Descendants and siblings. And then we're going to find out the last piece of information, which other blocks. Conditioning involved. Mirrors. Mirrors is when you will look like that ancestor physically. Contract, terms and conditions. Okay, so that's it. So now with this information, it's really simple procedure. With this information, we do the clearing. So we ask ancestor again, number 5. Thank you so much for presenting self as a representative to clear all this loyalty that affecting the participants here with the intention that they set before. I want to ask spirit, high self, inner self, your intuition, doesn't matter what name we use, to facilitate the clearing and the healing of the family tree for the father side. We are going to ask to go please to the father side and start looking and clear the family tree from the root to the top of that tree, go through the root, trunk, branches, leaves, dry flowers, root and fruit, dead animals, any elements that are in that tree that are taking the vital energy of that beautiful tree and blocking the path for these all the members. I will ask also to replace the stagnant victimization, frustration, suffering, struggling, fear, anger, as an invisible loyalty that had been created to the lack of harmony and order in the family tree. Please, high self, clear, heal, release, transform this tree into a beautiful, healthy, conscious, luminous, peaceful, loving, happy tree where the order and harmony has been established in each one of the members, including the person who is right now participating in the meeting, so they can feel completely protected, loved, but overall free of loyalty that are jeopardizing that intention, that are blocking, that clear that challenge that they have been setting before. Yes, please, thank you, and yes, please, thank you. So the work has been done. It's really simple. And then we are going to find out if you need another solution. Sometimes other solution needed, meaning their family tree open up for another path. They said no other solutions. And then let's see what's the gift that we received from our ancestors. Balance, flexibility, something else? No. Okay, thank you so much for that, those gifts. Each one of you are ready to receive those with love and respect. Please, high self, download it to the participant here and the rest of the family member so they can embrace it and they can express them in a conscious way every single day. Yes, please, thank you. Yes, please, thank you. Any gift that they need to give back to the ancestor? No, usually, as I say, they don't ask for anything. They just want you to be have a good life. Okay, perfect. So we have finished that clearing. And then right now we are going to ask if we need to go to the descendants because was indicated before, okay? So what percent we need to go to the descendant? They say 0%. No need to do the work today, okay? Okay, so we are going to do the closing. Thank you so much, that ancestor that came up to put the information that represent the tree of each one of you. You represent the past, and the participant represent the present time here and now. We are grateful for to come up and help us to release the loyalties. They feel completely protected, loved, guided, and overall free of loyalty from the father's side. That's it. That's the work. You
That's
might feel
incredible.
something in your physical body. You can feel something in your emotions. They can, if you feel, my recommendation is drink a lot of water. That feeling, that sensation, I know yours. That's coming from the ancestors, and these are like a releasing biological in the physical body. It will pass, and then my recommendation always is observe what happened after. Okay, do not believe anything that nobody said to you. Just observe what happened in your life. Okay, observe what happened out of this clearing. It's a group clearing, of course, and then sometimes do not get the 100%. I will ask what percentage this clearing was done and was 100%. So just observe what happened in your life, and I really, really hope that help you to open up the path for you.
Thank you so much, Maria, for this amazing gift that you have given us today. I am almost in tears because it's just such a beautiful gift you have given us, and I'm just so grateful. And so I hope everyone here is mentioning how they're so grateful to you. Some people are saying that they saw connections on both sides of their family with the clearing. Some people were feeling things lifting for them. There's also some people that saw the actual ancestor that was coming forth for them. So that's so beautiful. And I'm just so grateful to you. And everyone here is just excited and just so happy to receive. And so it's funny because you were mentioning about aftercare, and I was going to say, what do you recommend for aftercare? You already said it, which is drink lots of water.
Yes. Yeah, drink a lot of water. Sometimes eat chocolate help because it has some fat, and that help to ground it because what sometimes we get out of grounded, sometimes we get out of ground, and then put your feet on the ground, take your shoes out, get a little bit of chocolate, and then rest and sleep. Some people get completely sleeping after the clearing, and but water is always important. And I just wanted to just thank you the opportunity, Jikara, to be here, for giving me, the chance to talk about this. Um, we needed more and more any kind of healing, but it's really important for people that, there is nobody else doing the cleaning for you. If you are doing your own healing, it's your own force, your own desire to heal. And heal doesn't mean to fix you. It's accepting you. It's embrace, has compassion with yourself, accept the learning that you have in your life, in your family, and love yourself from inside out. The healing is there. It's just these are just modalities that you can use for your own benefit to put you in the right path. But mostly is compassion to yourself, patience, and remember that we in charge of our life. We have to take the power back. Okay.
Thank you so much again. And I just kind of wanted to just invite you all, if you're just coming in right now and you don't know, Maria is offering the opening of the family tree class, and if you don't have to be an SRT practitioner or a spiritual response technique practitioner to be able to take this class. If you know how to use the pendulum and you do dowsing already, that's gonna put you ahead of the game. But even if you don't know how to douse, you can just reach out to her, and then she can do some additional work with you with in regards to using the pendulum, so that you can um, uh, be able to use the system and be successful in the class. And so you can go onto Instagram. I'm showing it here, and then also her website here, arcana12.com. And I kind of wanted to just remind you that the next classes, so the level 1 is coming up on July 15th and July 16th. And then, so if you want to get the entire thing, you want to make sure you drop into that class, because the next level, which is level 2, will be available on November 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So if you're interested in doing both levels, then why not drop for the class on July 15th and 16th, and start connecting. I mean, I personally have been using this myself and it's been really powerful, and also holding space for others with this, and it's been so beautiful, and so much healing has happened. And just with the energy healing you did today, I'm also feeling, I have felt it personally too, so that was really beautiful. And so thank you. And everyone is also saying that they prefer the chocolate over the water. I just had to say. So thank you for that permission to eat chocolate, Maria.
Dark chocolate, please.
Dark chocolate, right? Dark chocolate.
With no
Um,
sugar, if possible.
but yeah, so thank you so much. I wanna invite y'all to really take this moment to just reflect upon what happened, just kind of like what Maria said. Take a moment to reflect after this clearing. Even if you want to journal about this, about the experience for yourself, and really feel into the shift. Drink lots of water, eat dark chocolate, and then just make sure that you come back. And if you want to continue to connect with her, you can just go into her Instagram or her website. And so, Maria, do you also offer this clearing for people too, right? You also offer the clearings for people if they're interested in receiving the clearing from you.
Yes, yes, I do. I offer consultant. So if you are interested, we can go through the first 8 generation, 4 generation. If you are open and wanted to go to the 20, it's up to you, whatever you feel, and up to the session itself. So yeah, you can go to my website and then you can send me an email or a text message, and then we will set a session for you.
Beautiful.
The
And I'm
only
just
thing
gonna.
that we need, sorry,
Oh no, go ahead. Go
the
ahead.
only thing that we need is that you have a clear, precise intention. So remember, it's the threat to go to open the family tree and clear all the loyalties that are related with that intention or the other things. Unbelievable how this like expanding, and then you come with one idea and other all aspects clear itself, because remember, we are just one. Everything is together.
Thank you so much. And I was just sharing here again your information. Some people were asking for it, so I'm just sharing again your website. So for those of you who still want to see, this is Maria's website, and then this is her Instagram. This is purely for the family tree information. She has some really nice nuggets of information that she shares there. And so if you want to continue connecting with her, please do go into her Instagram and follow her, and make sure you let her know that you came from here, so she knows. She knows that Jikara sent you. But anyway,
Okay.
so I just kind of wanted to just again thank you again, Maria. Thank you everyone for watching, for being here, for being present, for receiving, for opening yourself up. It means so much for us to come together and heal. This is such a powerful experience that we can share, and it's, what a beautiful way, right, to connect with each other, is to connect in healing, and to support each other, and to help each other with opening our hearts. So again, Maria, thank you so much. Thank everyone, and I will see y'all next week. Yeah, so that's it. Anything else you want to say, Maria, before we go?
Had been a pleasure to be here. So I really appreciated this opportunity. And for everybody, please have fun.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
your life.
Bye
Be present.
everyone.
Too much light for all of you.